It all began 11 years ago when I decided to start a new challenge in life. The adrenaline rush became the fuel that makes me feel alive. It takes courage, passion, persistence to keep moving forward. Despite the blood, sweat, tears, and heartbreaks, no matter what the score is, I will always stand up and fight. Because at the end of the day, I know I won't succeed without the days that make me feel like I have nothing left. Those fights have become the lessons in life that have taught me that I'm the only one in charge.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers.
The time is now. The choice is yours. Don't wait. Don't hold back. Don't be shy. Give it all you got. Give it every ounce of effort you can muster up. Then, and only then, can you be successful. The time is now.
This is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Decide that you're going to push yourself. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet, and it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about
it? As Derek Jeter said, there may be people who have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. At the end of the day, whether you believe in talent or not is completely irrelevant. Everyone should believe in hard work. Everything in your life is literally a result of that. You're born an infant, a lump of flesh that can't even hold its own head up. And yet somehow, by practicing, by learning, by growing, you're able to get better. You're literally incapable of anything.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down.
Are you committed to the process? Are you built for this life? Are you ready for the tears, the long days of working hard, the sleepless nights of putting in work, the sacrifice of your time to reach a new level?
You're going to have ups and downs in life. Things are going to go wrong. You're going to lose businesses. You're going to lose jobs. You're going to break up. And there are times when you get injured, and there are times when you get mentally defeated and you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. And those days go on and on and on. things are going to go wrong. And what you need to do is to keep moving forward. No matter what happens, keep moving forward.
We all go through pain. Get a reward for yours. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for, you don't need no money for it, you don't need no support for it. There's some things in life you just gonna get through when you tell yourself, I'm gonna get through this. I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. You think it's gonna be easy? Forget about it. All right, don't even try to be successful. It's a wrap. It's not going to be easy, but I want you to feel that pain going through your body. And as pain leaves your body, guess what's going to take its place? Success. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me. I'm unbreakable now.
Life is going to see how bad you want what you say you want. Impose your will on it. Life will give in to you if it knows you're serious about whatever it is that you're trying to do. Life will give in to you. Whenever you start, you make sure you finish. If you do not kill me, you will not stop my drive. No petty adversity will not stop me. I have to complete every mission that I set out on.
From this day forward, set out to achieve greatness, not by looking for someone to give it to you, but by going through all of the blood, all of the sweat, all of the hard work, by going to work to set your own inner greatness free. I believe in you, because I know it's there. No matter what anyone else has said, or how anyone else has made you feel before, it's there. So you had it harder than other people, well then you're gonna have to work a little harder. But trust me when I say, you have greatness inside you.
Wherever we are, with whatever hand that life has dealt us, we have the freedom of spirit. We can go through life whining and weeping, or we can have the kind of spirit that regardless of what happens to you, you can stand up inside of yourself. You have an unconquerable soul. It can be painful, it will be uncomfortable, and that's where the growth is. When you're stretching out, when you're taking life by the collar, you're gonna get thrown to the ground again and again and again. But when you have determination, and you know that what you're doing is right, it gives you your life, it gives a special meaning and power to you. You'll begin to discover some things about you that you don't know you've got when you put yourself in that type of challenging situation.
Decide, commit, act, succeed, repeat.
If you want to be an impactful personality, you have to develop certain types of thinking and perceptions that change the way you see yourself and see the world.
No matter what you want to do in life, no matter what your ambition is, that your dreams can come true if you persevere, if you work hard, and if you realize that what you might think is impossible is possible in today's world.
Your life is what you think it should be. That's exactly what you are right now. You are what you thought you should be. And if you don't like who you are, you got to change what you think you should be. What you think is more important than what you do. And so if you want to change, you got to work on this attitude bit.
Starts as soon as you open up your eyes in the morning or whenever it is that you start the day. As soon as you open up your eyes to greet the day, you enter into consciousness. It is at that moment that your creativity is at its most powerful. Right there and then, you have an opportunity to steer your thoughts and your emotions in the direction that you want them to go, not in the direction that they're telling you to go. In other words, you can literally choose to seize the day, or you can let the day seize you.
Nothing works the first time. When you try something new, it probably won't work.
Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Pain is temporary.
It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. And when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Decide, commit, act, succeed, repeat.
If you want to be an impactful personality, you have to develop certain types of thinking and perceptions that change the way you see yourself and see the world.
No matter what you want to do in life, no matter what your ambition is, that your dreams can come true if you persevere, if you work hard, and if you realize that what you might think is impossible is possible in today's world.
Your life is what you think it should be. That's exactly what you are right now. You are what you thought you should be. And if you don't like who you are, you got to change what you think you should be. What you think is more important than what you do. And so if you want to change, you got to work on this attitude bit.
Starts as soon as you open up your eyes in the morning or whenever it is that you start the day. As soon as you open up your eyes to greet the day, you enter into consciousness. It is at that moment that your creativity is at its most powerful. Right there and then, you have an opportunity to steer your thoughts and your emotions in the direction that you want them to go, not in the direction that they're telling you to go. In other words, you can literally choose to seize the day, or you can let the day seize you.
Nothing works the first time. When you try something new, it probably won't work.
Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. And when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Let me show you this. We all live inside a bubble, right? This is our world. We go to church here. We work over here. We go get our coffee over here. We go to this park over here. We usually go over here to, hang out with friends. This is our favorite club. This is our world. This is our favorite spot on the beach. We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I'd love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I'd love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. That ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. You put extra on top of ordinary, and you come up with extraordinary. It's no other way. I'm sorry, but here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities, all of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life, and your ass was asleep. The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. He who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. I'm gonna ask you one question, I'm gonna go. How many of you in here know somebody who loves to sleep? Who knows somebody that loves to sleep? Let me ask you something. Ain't they po?
When running a race, only the people who get to the finish line counts. You may start as early as possible. If you do not get to the finish line, it doesn't matter what number you are. If you run with all your strength and give it your all, but you do not get to that finish line, then it doesn't matter. It is the finish line that helps to determine who first is, who is second, who gets other subsequent positions. That race is just like life. In life, the beginning of a journey could be tough. The beginning may be hard and all the odds may be against you. But you want to know what really matters? Is that you finish whatever it is you started. If you really want to know how far you've gone or the things that you've done, then you really should not give up. Never give up. Never give up. The fact is, success has never come easy for anyone. Go and check history and records. If you want something, you've got to work hard for it. When I say hard, I mean really hard. If you want to achieve it, then be ready to sacrifice all that is required. Even if you were born with the money, even if you were born with the privileges, you gotta work hard and do your own thing too. You gotta rise every morning irrespective of the weather and grind and never give up. Yes, I know it can be tiring. Yes, I know it can be hard. Yes, I know it's sometimes all the willpower and strength to do it, but you owe it to yourself not to give up. You owe it to yourself to stay awake and do the job. You owe it to your future self who's going to live the consequences of the decision that you make today. Do you want your future self to blame you for today? Do you want to hate the time that you give up and made that decision to stop chasing your dreams, to stop going after your goals? Do you want to beat yourself up and hate a particular time in your life? I guess no. Then it's time to work really hard. It's time to keep going irrespective of what happens to you. Never ever say no. Never ever say I give up. Yes, you can say that you're tired. It's allowed. You can seek help. It's allowed. You can even rest. It's allowed. But giving up, that's not allowed. As a champion who has a future as a champion, who wants to be great, as a champion who's got things he wants to achieve, giving up should not be an option. Giving up shouldn't even be in your dictionary. Pressing on, yes. Forging ahead, yes. Try again and again and again and again if you have to, but never give up.
Fear is an unrealistic thing that doesn't exist in the term. People fear the outcome of the future. Students fear their bad grades. Parents fear for the future of their child. Businessmen fear from the loss of his business. And athletes fear from the failure. But what I want to ask, why to care if you get bad grades? You won't die because of it. Why to worry about your child? He will fall, but he'll learn things. Why to fear from the loss of business when you can learn and double your profit in the next year? And why to fear from the failure if it's just another step towards success? It's just the mindset of fear that is pushing you back. It is fear that pulls you towards failure. According to the law of attraction, similar energies attract each other just like a magnet. Negative energy will attract negative outcomes, and positive energy attracts a positive outcome. If you think I might fail, you will fail. If you think my business might go in loss, it will go in loss. A great saying, what you believe you will achieve. Your belief of failure will make you a failure. Your belief of loser will make you a loser. It is simply what you think about yourself. People will think the same about you. Your perception of yourself will reflect in your actions. A loser will always behave like a loser, and a leader will always behave like a leader. Now it's up to you what you think about yourself. Fear is not a solution to your problems. It's like a cancer that will destroy your inner heart. It will make you like a living dead body. Don't think of those things that are not in your hand, and work hard on those things that are in your hand. If you're a student, then work hard and smart for your exams. Give your best in it and forget the results because it's not in your hand. If you're a businessman, then put full efforts to make your business successful and believe that ultimately your final destination is success. Never be afraid of failures. They are just a step closer for your success. Learn from them and move forward. A proactive person always gets positive results because he thinks positive. He attracts positive energy. And a reactive person always gets negative results because he thinks negative. He attracts negative energy. And fear is negative energy. We fear because of society pressure. If I fail, they will call me a failure and a loser. It's a fear of people that destroy us. We eat, sleep, dress, and dream what society demands. I don't want to be a doctor because my family hates doctors, but you don't care what you think about that profession. I don't want to be a sports person because here society doesn't accept them, but you don't care what you think about that profession. I can't wear that dress tonight because my friends will not like it, but you don't care about your likeness. I can't dream big because people will laugh at me, but you don't care about your feelings. It's fear that is pushing you back. Just forget what people in society thinks about you. Do what you love. Dream what you're passionate about. Never give up. We can't say I can't do that. We can say it's possible for your dreams to become a reality. You will realize that life has a way of pushing our dreams down, buried under your past memories. But why settle for mediocrity, even though you have all this potential inside? What did you used to get excited about? Now you think it's been too long? What, months? Years? It's too big. It's not possible. You don't think you could write that book, finish school, start that business? Get your passion back. You have not missed your opportunity. You are not lacking. You will find that the thing you need is within you. Bring it back to life. It starts inside your thinking. What you're believing, what you're saying. Develop your vision. Set and keep goals. Work hard. Humble yourself. Stop making excuses. Thinking is limited, holding you back. If you only knew, you could flip that to your strength. Passion. And only then will you go in only one direction, that is up towards success.
Now, existence, you see, is something that is spontaneous. The Chinese word for nature, zhiran, means that which happens of itself. Your hair grows by itself. Your heart beats by itself. You breathe pretty much by itself. You don't have voluntary control over these things. So we say it happens spontaneously. So when you go to sleep and you try to go to sleep, you interfere with the spontaneous process of going to sleep. Try to breathe, real hard, and you find you get balled up in your breathing. You've got to let go and let it happen. Because if you don't, you're going to be all clutched up. You're going to be constantly trying to do what can happen healthily only if you don't try. But we have a strange anxiety in us that if we don't interfere, it won't happen. And that's the root of an enormous amount of trouble. But the basis of it all is this, then. If we say, you must survive, or I must survive, life is earnest, and I've got to go on, then your life is a drag and not a gain. Now, it's my contention, my personal opinion, this is my basic metaphysical axiom, shall we put it that way, that existence, the physical universe, is basically playful. There is no necessity for it whatsoever. It isn't going anywhere. That is to say, it doesn't have some destination that it ought to arrive at. In music, one doesn't make the end of a composition. If that were so, the best conductors would be those who played fastest. People go to a concert just to hear one crashing chord, because that's the end. Same way in dancing. You don't aim at a particular spot in the room. That's where you should arrive. The whole point of the dancing is the dance.
I feel great. My mind is sharp and clear. I am physically fit and healthy. My energy level is high. My attitude is excellent, and I am organized and in control. I am aware of my own physical body and its importance to my total well-being. I always do what I need to do to keep myself in excellent shape and condition. My body is the storehouse of my mind. It is important to keep both my body and my mind well-tuned and working for me. Good health comes naturally to me, but I never take good health for granted. I am healthy, I feel good, and I am proud of the amount of positive attention I give to keeping myself that way. I eat and drink only those things which are beneficial to my physical and mental health and well-being. I never eat or drink more than I should, or do anything that is harmful to me in any way.
Short-sightedness. One day, one of my employees asked me, "Sir, why don't you have a car?" This was a reasonable question, since I seem to have more money than most people who own cars around me. But because I'm an entrepreneur, I try to look at things from the long-term perspective. Which is better for me, to own a car now or to employ one or two more people for my company? If I own a car now, I'll look rich. But if I employ one or two more people for my business now, I'll become richer this time next year. This video isn't made to discourage you from owning a car. It's just an example of how most people are short-sighted in their thinking. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you must think like a cocoa farmer and not like a corn farmer. The difference between the two is that if you plant corn, you'll harvest it in the next 90 days. But if you plant cocoa, you'll have to wait for a few years. However, a cocoa farmer has his streaks of making his money year after year for many years to come, while a corn farmer loses all his corn after a single harvest. If all you see is today, you're not made for entrepreneurship. If all the games you can play are the ones that reward you in a short time, you can never be an entrepreneur. Uber started in the year 2009. Until today, that company is not profitable. Google bought YouTube on 13th November 2006. Until the last time I knew, Google hasn't made money from YouTube. These are mighty companies, and it's easier to think it's because they are big, but that's not so. Most entrepreneurs sacrifice 5 to 10 years before they become successful. If you want to eat your cake now, you need a job, not a business.